Because the Bible says that the Spirit of God searches all things. It searches chemistry, searches law, can inspire you on how to win a case. You have looked at it with all your expertise. You were confused. The gray areas were so broad, and then you just get one inspiration. Because he has searched into law and brought out the singular thing that you need to emphasize. Yeah, you are a doctor, and you know how medical practice can be. Sometimes you are not just in control. Then the Lord now brings an inspiration. You see, you don't need to know all the medical books in this matter. This is what you need to know. For the Spirit searches. He searches all things. Do you know him? Have you experienced his search? When those of you that are in school, and he goes into your textbook, he goes into your notebook, then he gives you the search results. We passed exams that way. Yeah. For the Spirit searches all things, not just spiritual things, he searches all things, searches law, searches all things. He even searches for a wife. And those of us that met our wives in the night were seers. Yeah. He can search even in the night. Searches all things. Even the deep things of. So nothing is spared from his searching. Have you ever put this search facility to work? Your life is narrow and lean. Oh my God. There is a place where you can get search results. Searches all things. Searches into the deep things of God. The other time, for the past few years, I've had a burden for Africa. So I started hopping from nation to nation, meeting with pastors, doing conferences. Eastern Africa, Western Africa, Southern Africa. And I came back home. Because for every mission I go, I draw up a research. I try to find out, what did I find? So I can tell you about 12 things that you'll find on the continent of Africa and how the Christianity in Africa is a mixture. First of all, there is a false prophetic move masquerading as a true prophetic move on the continent of Africa. Because the discernment quotient of the average believer is in an all-time low. Right? We believe that just because someone can say your name, say what you do, say what job you work on, is spoke by God. You see, some of us grew up in the villages. There is a masquerade in my village. Do you know what masquerade is? Oh, they don't know. Look, brother, look. Do you know what a masquerade is? You have some idea? All right. So in our culture, right? This is the doctrine. Let me just tell you the raw doctrine. All right, the raw doctrine that is in that culture. The doctrine is that they believe that the dead guys and the living guys in a family are all family members. You get that doctrine? So, there is a priesthood that is set up, which is necromancy. It uses a familiar spirit to mimic that the dead component of the family. Okay? Now, if you used to know, let's say there's a land dispute between his family and the lawyer's family. This one happens in my village. Are you with me? Maybe the transaction on this land took place between your grandfather and his grandfather. They will do that thing and bring your grandfather that sold the land to you and his grandfather. And if you knew these men while they were alive, it's their voice you will hear. And the people that are learning this trade will use a medium to be making the voice. But the one I'm talking about, you don't need a medium. No human being. You just be hearing the voices. Everybody in the vicinity will hear his grandfather's voice, hear his own grandfather's voice. And there is no medium. You just be hearing it. Meanwhile, it's a familiar spirit that is doing that thing. That familiar spirit has been studying the family from so many generations. But it will be so real for those people that know their voices that this is none other than this man. That was how family disputes were settled. That was how land disputes were settled. Because they invoked, according to the culture, the dead. So even people in ministry, so there's nothing wrong. They have family members. What are we? So that's where those of us that are radicals, that say, no, this is darkness. You don't know what persecution, what. But we knew it was darkness. So that's number one. Then there's another one. Just in case you are lost. And you don't know what family you belong to. There's one masquerade. They will bring the masquerade up. The masquerade will start from your 10th generation and call your great grandfather's name and trace the family tree and tell stories till you. So that's how that family will adopt that person's name. So we have seen masquerades do that. So the fact that someone comes, what is the sign of a true prophet? What is the sign of a true prophet? He has the capacity to reveal the things of God. For the Spirit searches all things and evil. Because the things of God are deeper than all things. Even what? The things of God. Here, listen to people that claim to be prophets today and hear their utterance. For many of them, you will not find them saying the things of God. Just be patient. He's not revealing anything that, no, this one he's saying, you need God to know it. And if there's no such sign, he doesn't have a prophetic ministry. The Spirit, he searches all things. And even what? The deep things of God. God does not only speak through a prophet. God is committed to revealing himself to a prophet. When the knowledge of God is scanty on a man's lips, he cannot be a prophet. There's a lot of disclosures that is associated with the calling of a prophet. You won't call for it. Angels will come into your space. For you, prayer will not be mechanical. As you just give your heart to pray, supernatural things will be happening of their own accord. Things that God will begin to teach you about. So your life will be steeped in a depth that you did not call for, because of where he had domiciled you to function. The Spirit, he searches all things. The deep things of God. I tell people you can deceive me in the day, but not in the night. After you have finished deceiving me, when I go back and I begin to speak in tongues in the night, you say, for your information, that man lied, that man. I say, I don't know now. I don't know if you are saying the truth, but I will find out by tomorrow morning. Yes, I will know. Because he will come. See, that man lied. He's a liar. As he was